Okay, going to do the or the PZ2 bit. I call it PS2 bit, but I've got a picture of one here on screen, just to give you an idea of what we are looking at. It is very simple, so I'm going to start a new drawing. Start a new part. Just OK. Got my centre point to start with, so I'm going to go to sketch, and I'm going to do this on the top plane, so I'm looking down from above. And the first things first, I'm going to use this tool here, the polygon tool. So I'm going to click on there, and you'll see there, I'm going to go right on that centre. I'm going to pull out, and you can see I can go any size I like there in the yellow. And you'll notice it's slightly off-centered. I've done that on purpose, so I can actually now start to make this the actual size I want. So smart dimension, click on the circle, and I'm going to make that 6.32 or 6.3 if you prefer. Okay, notice that's gone black. So all I need to do now is actually take that line there and make it vertical, and that now is fully defined. So that's the base. I then go to features, I go to extrude boss base. I've actually done the measurements for this prior to doing this height here. So that's 10mm default, so I need to change that to 13. Okay, and I'm going to give that an agreement. So that's the start of the base part of what I'm looking for the driver bit. So now go back to sketch, and do it onto that top surface. I'm just going to change something here. I'm going to take the ambient inclusion off. I'm going to take shadows off. I'll have real view graphics I can take off as well. Go to circle, go onto that centre, pull out. Okay, and the diameter of that, which I didn't actually put in, but it should be roughly about the same size. Let me just check on the other one, but let's give it a dimension anyway. That there, and that's down to 5, so let's do that at 5.5 just for now. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just have a quick look back before I extrude that out. I'm just going to go to Control and Tab, switch between drawings, and I'm just going to go back to my original sketch on here, which would be about there, and just see what height I extruded that out at. Okay, 11.75. Okay, so just go back to that one there, and if I do that, go to features, go to extrude boss base. There we go, and make sure it's merged and do that at 11 point. So that's 13 I put in there. So it's 11.75. So that's the height. But what I haven't done, which I did mean to do, is go and find the actual width. So just go to Control Tab, change between drawings, and let's just have a look at that sketch there. There we go, and that's 6mm. Okay, that's great. So I just go Control Tab again, back to my main drawings, go back into this one here, and go to Edit Sketch, and make that 6. I wasn't far off. 6mm. Okay, just give that green tick. So now I have the start of the bit itself. So I need to start now to take material away. Quick slurp of tea and we'll get going. So, first things first, see what we've got here. I'm going to get that angle across there. Now I know if I bring up my planes, I want to draw in that plane there, and I know if you look at it, I can do on that plane because that's centre to that on the polygon, if that makes any sense too. So let's go back to so what now I want to do is I want to draw a line. So go to sketch, sketch, go onto this one here. Of course it goes upside down, but I can work upside down. And I just want to draw a line from roughly about there to about there. Now, according to my measurements, this is the base of the cut on the angle there. I'm not going to measure the angle, I'm just going to do it by measurement. And that should be 3mm up from there. So if I just pull this down to about there and put a measurement, smart dimension from there to there, I'll make that 3. Okay, and then so that's the start of the bottom, so that's actually not quite right what I've done there. And then I've got 7mm, so it's 3, 7, so let's actually change that to 7mm. See what that does there, that probably looks a little bit better. And from there to there is 0.94, but you can put it at 1 or whatever, so if I just put 94 in. So now I've got something I can actually cut this with. If it's wrong, I can go back and change it later. I'm also, just for ease, I'm going to put a centre line here. You could use the axes on it, which I don't know if that will highlight here or not. But if you go onto here, and you'll see it's already highlighted, but if I do that, it should give my temporary axis as well, which I can't see because it's masked by the planes. If I switch off the planes, let's just have a quick look. Yeah, it's there. It's the blue mark from it. So I'm going to revolve, cut. So I'll just come out of that sketch for a minute. If I go to features, it won't do it yet. Oh, I can do it. So revolve, cut. It says it's open. The path cannot be closed. That's okay. Let's just see what happens. Right. So it's almost done it for me already. As you can see, it's given me that preview, and it's done it as a thin feature, which is fine. And 10's default. It doesn't matter at all. I do that, and there it's giving me my top bit. So spacebar, just come into here again. So now, the quick slip of 2, I can cut the arc bits in here, but that's a little bit more difficult. So I'm just going to bring back my planes to see. Okay, because I want to cut on a particular plane. It's not easy, so I'm going to do it on the right plane. So I'm going to use that plane to offset. I think it was, if you measure the actual centre bit, which I actually think was the 0.94 anyway, so let's have a quick look. Get that on it. It's 0.96. So I might have to widen that top bit out a bit that we've just cut. So let's just measure that. So that's so it's about 1 millimetre each side. So that's actually 1.1 on this. So let's just quickly go back and do that line. Sketch, edit sketch. And let's just change that to 1.1. Okay, so it's just a slightly different cut. There, that's better. So now what I need to do is do this part here. So what I'm going to go is to reference geometry, go to plane, and I'm going to click on that plane there, and you see it's 10 default, but I want it 0.94. It comes in, and I want to do the same again. Reference geometry, not off that one. Plane, it's done it that way. Let's just take that out. Click on the centre plane again, but let's go the other way this time. So I need to flip the offset. Okay, we've done that. Now I think I'm doing this right. Yes, I am doing this right. So to actually do this curve now that goes in, so let me just turn that round to about there for now. Do it once more and into there. So I'm now face on to this side, so I can now see roughly where the curve is going to go, and I know some measurements where the curve has got to go as well. So I'm going to use the arc tool to do this. So I'm just going to go to sketch, going to do it on that plane first. Okay, and let's just come back to that or normal 2. Go to the arc tool, 3-point arc tool, and I go from somewhere about there down to about there and into there. Okay, I'm also going to draw a centre line from there outwards up here and make sure that is horizontal or vertical depending which way you're looking at it. And I'm going to put a tangential relationship between that, so hold the shift key down, select one and then select the other, make that tangential. Okay, that's gone that way, and then I need to put a measurement from there to that point. At the moment it's 0.95. I'm going to put that in just for the moment at 0.5, because if you look at the gap, the actual straight part of the bit you've got, it is approximately, it is 0.8, it's about 1 millimetre, give or take on there, but we'll leave that for the moment. And from here up top is approximately 3 millimetres. It's going to go from there to there and make that 3 mil. So there's our gap there. There's several ways you can do this. You can revolve, cut, chip. I'm just going to agree to that for a second. Let's see if I can go to features, extrude cut. Yeah, I can do an extrude cut, but I need to do this as a thin feature. Actually, I could do it through, I've actually got that on the wrong plane, which is not a bad thing. So let me have a quick look. Yes, it's on the right. I've got that on the wrong. No, I've got it on the right. It's on the right one. Sorry. So I'm going to go to thin feature. Okay, and I'm going to flip the direction that that is cutting to that side. And I want the other side. So I need to reverse this one to there. So I don't want anything this side. So let me just see. One direction. Good band. Let's just take that back in. I don't know why I've got both sides here because it's got through all. Let's just go blind. No, I don't want that side. So let's just take that off for a sec. Is it going to take it off? No, yes it has, that's fine. So I'm now where I need to be. So that is going to cut through the whole of that. Let's just see what that does. Okay, so it's taken that bit out there. And to be honest, let's have a quick look. Yeah, that's fine. And I need to do exactly the same in this side here. So what I can do is actually mirror. Okay, the last geometry I had is looking for surface to mirror. So I'm going to do that line, and you can see that's done that already. So once I've done that, and I don't quite know what I've done here, but I'm going to look at the top here. So I've got those points there. So theoretically, if I copy that around 4 times, it should give me the actual pattern. So I go to linear pattern, go to circular pattern, and it says the direction. So I'm just going to pick on that circle there. So that's that, and features. It's going to be either that and that. Just see what that does. That's giving me something really weird. So I've obviously made a mistake somewhere. It's almost right, but we need to correct that in some way, which we will do in a second. So you can see that's wrong. So let's go back and see what mistake I've actually made there. I think if we go back before, let's go to this one here. So that cut, and it looks like it's too far that way. So let's just go back to plane, the plane, and let's just adjust that plane. So edit feature. was at 0.94, so it should really be half that. So 0.94 divided by 2, and let's do the same on the other one. That's better looking, and let's just do the other one while we're at it, which is that one, and edit and do point, just do that divided by 2. Let's see what's occurring there. Okay, let's come down to mirror. Yeah, that looks better. Doesn't look perfect, but we'll see what happens. I'll do a circular pattern. Yes, so now we've got our set. So it's just a matter of having had those parts done. So let's just cut and extrude and cut away. So because I've got that there, I now need to do the bits on here. There's a little dome here. So again, what I'm going to do is bring back. If it doesn't look quite right in yours, it's just adjustment around these parts here. So if I bring this back, okay, what I need to do now is get a little bit of a dome on top, as you'll see. And I'm going to use exactly the same principle here. So I'm going to go to sketch, sketching that view there. Sketch. It always goes upside down for some reason. And I'm just going to use that arc tool and roughly see where I want to go. So I'm going to go from there to there and then down to about there. That's a little bit exaggerated, and I only want half of that. So I'm also just going to draw another little centre line in. It needs to be that centre, so I need to change that in a bit. So I'll do that. So if I now take that, hold the shift key down and do that so it's tangential, that will move. So you'll notice now the centre is still off centre. I know how to move that. So I click on that one, hold the shift key down and make sure I've got a horizontal. So now my centre is where it should be. I'm going to trim actually. Let's just have a quick start dimension from that point there to that there. 0.27, let's just put that at 0.2. You'll see that move down. Should have done it, yes, fine. And I'm going to just trim to give me a cutting tool. And you see I've now lost the sort of definition of it. So I can cheat here just to show you. If I go to there and go to fully defined sketch, I click on that and go to calculate and give it a green tick. You can see it's now where I want it to be. Now I should be able to do a revolve cut, but sometimes you get complicated. So I'm just going to draw a little toolbox around it. So this is like my shape tool to there and down to there. And you'll notice now I have a guide to rotate that around. So let's just switch those off for a minute. Let's go to features. Let's go to revolve cut. So already knows what I want to do, and give that green tick. And there, so that's my dome top on the top there. Now I could do the same on this here to get that slight curve and down the bottom. So try and do all these in the same row. So let's just see what we can do. Let's go to that one there. So actually I want to go there. So let's just come back and switch these on. Come on, switch on. There we go. And got that there, fine. So what I want to do is go from, actually, no I don't want to do, I want to do slightly different. So forget what I just said. Okay, I need to put another reference geometry plane in. So I'm just going to pick on that edge. You'll see why in a second. And I'm going to pick on that edge there. So I've got a plane there. So I just want to do that. Click on the normal 2 little button. Okay, I didn't like it, let's try again. It should do the plane assist, conical face. Okay, that's because I've got clicked on something else. So let's just do that. I can now do it. So press the space bar, go onto that there, and then draw from that point there a very slight curve. So I'm going to do the same again. Sketch, curve. That's just slightly around, so I'm going to go from about there to about there, and that there. Now that looks a little bit exaggerated, but for that I'll shift it down and do a tangential relationship, and I'm just going to bring this up probably to about there. I don't know what dimension that is, but if it's a 0.2, be fine. Let's do that. I doubt it's a 0.2, or maybe it's a 0.1, so let's do a 0.2. It probably is more a 0.1. And then I'm going to cheat again and go fully defined sketch, calculate. There we go. It's just giving it a radius. And I could do, I'm going to do the same on the bottom. Now I could mirror that, but I'm also going to put my little block around here as well. So that there to there. You don't have to define these little things. It's just the one that is black needs to be defined. If I draw a centre line from centre of this side, there we go, from there to there, I can then mirror that point. So entities to mirror is that, and about that point. Okay, it's down the bottom there, which is fine. And the last thing I'm going to do is a little V. You'll see a little V nick on there. So I'm just going to draw just randomly there to there to there to there. Now you'll notice I haven't gone in that far. It's something like 0.1. It's a smart dimension. So from try again from there to there. That's 0.2. Perfect, actually. 0.2. Okay, and I need to get this a little bit square just because I'm pedantic about that. From there to there. And I say square, just make sure it's got a little bit of symmetry. Because you can imagine this is like a lathe tool going in to make that symmetric. Okay, and then all I need to do is a measurement for where that V is. And I believe it's 8.3 millimeters from the base. Let's go from there to that point. I'll put that over there. Put in 8.3. Okay, that's up there. And now, if I'm clever enough, I can go to features and I'll go to revolve cut. Okay, it doesn't know what I'm going for, it just needs a centre, so I can pick the same centre as I had before, which is that. Okay, and you'll notice it's cut all of those. Do that, and if I switch everything else off, I have the basis of the PS2 bit. Now what I would normally do is go around with a fillet on here, but here it's minuscule, it's almost like a wedge. It's just to break the edge. Let's do a 0.1. So likes of here, do that, and probably if I did across the top of those, actually might have to do that separate. So do that. I'll do another fillet, as I say, just to break the edge. To be fillet 2, let's do this at 0.05 and just see what it does to. You can see it's there. I can select chain, or I can select, you'll notice these boxes all come up, and you'll notice if you hover over, it's done all of those. Just give that a green tick, and there you have the basic PS2 bit. The next video I'll show you how to put the DeWalt tab in for it, but that is good enough for me if you can get to this stage. Okay, I'll see you in the next video.